Hey guys, Aussie here. Welcome back to the second video of the channel. Again, appreciate you guys being here. Obviously the last video was pretty cool to watch all of you guys jump in and get into that. But this video is basically going to be how to get whitelisted for projects that have a lot of hype. And also we're going to quickly go in and cover how to get into closed Discord. So in my last video, I did say there's a bunch of projects that have closed Discords, and to get into the closed Discords, you need to get a Discord invite, and there's certain ways to get invited to the Discord. So I'm going to go over that quickly, but the bulk of this video is basically the methods that I use to get whitelisted for projects on Ethereum, like Pixelmon, Imaginary Ones, Mutant Shiba Club. Those are some pretty big ones that I've got whitelisted for. Also got a Zuki whitelist, and a lot of Solana projects as well that have been hyped up, like Botborgs. What else comes to mind? Unoya that's coming up. Just a bunch of Solana projects that are popping up that I've been whitelisted for. Just want to give you guys some advice on how you can get onto those whitelists yourself. Because a lot of them nowadays, it's kind of like the meta to be on the whitelist. If you're on the whitelist most of the time, I'm going to kind of say that it works out better than it does worse. But before we get into it, I kind of obviously want to go back and say that this is not financial advice at all. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion. This is what I'm doing. Go and do your own research. Go and figure out how to get into whitelist yourself and whatnot. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. So I wanted to quickly cover as well the closed Discord thing, because it's kind of interrelated with the whitelist meta. So without further ado, let's kind of jump into it. You can see that I've kind of split my screen into Discord and Twitter. So a lot of the time, this is literally what I do. Is a project will have a Discord invite like such, and so the two options you've kind of got is to have Discord open on your phone, and you'll open up Discord. You'll go to the join server section, and you'll be ready so that when it does pop up like this over here, you can just type it in like that. The second option is usually what they'll also do. Instead of posting it in a picture format, when it is in picture format, I'd recommend you use your phone so you can just type it in, because you can't copy paste over to Discord if it's in an image format. If it is in an image format, then literally what I'll do is, let's just say something like this. Let's just say this was the Discord code. I'd copy it, I'd head over. I would already have the join server option up. Because people are so incredibly fast. If you don't already have it up, you're not going to get in. So what I would do is I'll go bang, and I'll join server. Now, a lot of the time nowadays, they'll have tricky ways. They'll have an emoji in it, so you can't just go copy paste and then join server. You'll need to remove the emoji. Sometimes you'll need to solve a riddle or something to get the last letter that isn't given on the post. But just keep an eye out. I would say most of the time, it's just the code. You've got to be the quickest to do it. Other than that, it'll be an image. Other than that, it might be something like a Morse code. It might be binary code. You need to just go ahead and convert that to English and then get the code. But there are a bunch of ways that are given to get into these closed Discords. Sometimes they're super frustrating because you'll be sitting there and you'll be waiting for half an hour, which has happened to me before, and you are literally too late and you miss out and you've been waiting there for an hour and you don't get into the Discord. So it sucks. It is what it is. You come back a second time, there's always usually more and more that come every day. The best thing that I would say is to make sure you follow pages that you want to get into their closed Discords for. You chuck their notifications on, and then literally what I do is I take note of how many tweets they have, and then whenever I get new notifications. So you can see it's got 11 there. If it were to go to 12, I would refresh the page. And then if I saw this go to 362 and they're about to drop a Discord invite, then I would know that they've dropped that Discord invite. You scroll down as quick as you can, you grab it, you chuck it in, you join the server. Sometimes pages are known for doing image Discord invites like it was before. You use your phone. If it's something and they're known for just dropping the invite with the code, then you're on there, you go bang, bang, enter, join server. You've just got to be incredibly quick, and some people are insanely fast and they get in, and I don't know how they beat me to it, but it is what it is. Hopefully this kind of helps you get into more closed Discords. I always split my screen like this. I'm always ready. I'm on the money, because if you get in, it's easier to get onto certain whitelists, and there's so few people in the Discord. So hopefully this kind of helps you as well. Let's jump into the whitelisting methods. So I think without a doubt, the easiest way, the lowest effort way to get whitelisted is obviously to win a giveaway that happens on Twitter or even in the Discord. So there's a few people that I follow, both specifically for Sol and also Ethereum projects, and they usually do a lot of whitelist giveaways. And the best thing about doing a giveaway is usually for most of them, it's kind of like the entry requirements are to follow like the person that's doing the actual giveaway, so the influencer, and then to also follow the project that is giving away the whitelist spot. And then besides that, it's usually a retweet and then you tag a friend or, 2-3 friends, and that's your entry. And obviously it's the lowest chance of getting a whitelist spot because a lot of people enter. Most of the time it's like hundreds or even thousands of people that do enter these whitelist giveaways. So it's the odds aren't really good for you, but the best thing about that is it literally takes less than a minute. And a lot of the projects that I've been whitelisted for that are hype projects have literally been just from one of those retweet giveaways. And if you go into my profile, you see more than often I'm retweeting stuff because I even host some of them myself, as you can see. More than often I'm retweeting things because they lead to whitelist spots for these hyped up projects, because the reality is that getting on these projects whitelists that are extremely hyped up, it's very difficult. So sometimes it's easier to just go into one of these retweet giveaways. I'll drop a list of people below in the comments of people that I follow that often do these sort of giveaways so that they can be on your radar. So when their giveaways pop up, you can just go and enter their giveaways and get involved with that. But let's jump into the next way to get whitelisted. So I think the next easiest way that doesn't require a lot of effort, it does require you to hold certain NFTs, so is obviously project collaboration. So for example, what I do at DGODs is I'm head of partnership, and so I go out and hunt whitelist spots for projects, and then I go back to DGOD holders, and then DGOD holders will get involved in a raffle we do in our Discord, and then they'll be able to win whitelist spots to projects that they want to be getting involved in. So I think that's the second easiest way. The odds are obviously way better. I know that in our DGODs now, there's probably 300 or 400 people enter giveaways for these whitelist spots, and usually I would say on average there's probably like 20 or 25 spots that we do giveaway. So the odds are way better than the Twitter giveaways that you'll enter. They have usually hundreds and thousands of people enter. So the odds are way better. It does require you to obviously hold an NFT. Nowadays, more and more, you're seeing a lot of influencers. I know a few that come to my mind. Kosher Plug, he's an Ethereum guy. He has the plug pass. He will go out and obviously go and hunt whitelist opportunities for his plug pass holders. I think the floor on this is like 3 Ethereum. Another one that pops into mind is Journey, and he has his JRMY club, which is kind of like another NFT similar to the plug pass. You hold it, you get access to their Discord, and you'll get whitelist opportunities and like other alpha sort of things along those lines anyway. One that I've just got involved in for Solana is the guy that runs it is called General Sol. Would definitely recommend giving him a follow. He's a really intelligent guy in the Solana space. He just released the Sol Army, and essentially it's one of 505. They've got 555 passes. They gave them out. I've got one of them, and essentially it's an alpha Discord with a bunch of other perks as well. He's made it very clear that it's not just for the whitelist opportunities in the alpha. There's going to be a bunch of other features and benefits for pass holders that's kind of yet to be announced, but this is something that I'm definitely bullish on, is the Sol Army. So go check those guys out. They're on Magic Eden as well, so if you want to get involved with that, go ahead. But yeah, without a doubt, I think the second easiest way is to be in a project that collaborates with another project that you want whitelist spots for, and you've just got to hold that NFT. Unfortunately, sometimes these NFTs that get you those whitelist spot opportunities are very expensive, so that's the only downside, is that you do need to have some capital to get into them if you don't mint them. So yeah, let's jump on to the next way to get whitelisted. So I would say that I wouldn't say it's the next easiest, because it does require some brain power. It does require a little bit of time. Is riddles and kind of like quizzes that these projects that are super hyped up for, they create. So they'll either create them in-house by having moderators and admins, or even devs get involved and they'll create the riddles and the quizzes, or they'll go and hire a team like these guys. These guys specifically, get hired by projects to create riddles and to create quizzes for these projects, and these guys are some of the hardest, riddle creators in the business. Last night they dropped an invite to their Discord that they have. I don't know what's in their Discord because I'm not in it, but this was literally an invite code or a riddle to get into their Discord, so you can see how hard that was. I know a big Ethereum project called Invisible Friends. They partnered up, or they hired these guys to do one or two, even multiple riddles that then got you onto the Invisible Friends whitelist, which is one of the hardest whitelists to get on in the game. I'm not on it, and I'm not going to be on it. It's super hard to get on, but these guys are some of the best at creating riddles in the game. But like I said, they'll either have people like this do it for them, or they'll just do it in-house. But I think the best thing about doing a riddle or doing a quiz is it literally takes, it can take 10 or 20 minutes to do for a riddle case, or if it's a quiz, it takes even less than that. But if you win, you're on the whitelist and it's taking you 10 or 20 minutes of your time. So it's extremely efficient. It's not like you've got to go and grind in Discord for like 2 or 3 weeks straight to get whitelisted. You've just got to be there for that 10 or 20 minutes at that time. And you fill it out, you fill the quiz out, you do the riddle, and you're on the whitelist. And all you've got to do to maintain that whitelist role is to just be active in the Discord. I would say like 5-20 minutes a day, so that you don't get marked as inactive. And then if you get marked as inactive, you'll usually lose your whitelist role because they've recognized you've just got whitelist and you head out. So once you get whitelist, make sure you stick around in the Discord every day or two and just type a few messages so you don't get marked as inactive. But besides that, that's pretty much it. Riddles and quizzes are some of my favorites. I've got into multiple whitelists. Some of the biggest whitelists that I've got on have come from quizzes and riddles. More so quizzes because I'm better at that. The other thing that pops into mind is you've usually got to be very fast. You've got to be the first person. Usually they'll be like first person to solve the riddle, first person to get the correct quiz answers will get the whitelist spot. So it's something that does require quickness and kind of speed. And if you're not good at that, then you're not going to be good at getting whitelist spots via this method. But I thought I'd put it on your radar anyway, so you guys can get involved with whitelist opportunities that come from these sort of paths. But yeah, let's jump on to the next one. So I'd say one of my second favorite ways, actually it probably triumphs the last one we just spoke about, is winning whitelists from doing actual games, so participating in games. As you can see, I'm on a website at the moment called Smashcards. I'm also on a website called Scribble. There's a bunch of other games, like for example Crab Games, Gardic. A lot of guys play that in Discord for whitelist spots as well. But the thing about these games and whatnot is that it kind of requires some skill, and so that kind of puts more influence on your ability to be good at the game than it does to just be lucky and win a whitelist opportunity from a Twitter giveaway or a Discord raffle or whatnot. It actually requires some skill. Obviously, it's not 100% skill, because sometimes in a game like Smashcards, which is basically kind of like Mario Karts minus the racing element, you just go around and shoot people. Every person you shoot, you get a certain point or whatever. Sometimes when you spawn in Smashcards, you spawn in the worst area, and that's just bad luck. You can't do anything about that. But aside from that, everything else is in your control. What weapons you get, to a certain extent, I guess, is in your control. Where you drive around the map is in your control. All that sort of thing. Scribble, again, this is kind of more chance. I guess it does require some sort of skill, some talent on being able to identify drawing quicker than other people. The point is that it's easier to win whitelist opportunities from games if you're good at them, compared to not being you can't be good at a raffle, or you can't be good at a Twitter giveaway just entirely based on odds. So my favorite thing about involving myself in these games is you've actually got an influence, a decent influence on the outcome. And the other thing is that if you're not good at them, you can get good at them. So I've spent at least 4 or 5 hours playing Smashcards, just getting good at that. And that was because it was in a Discord, the Pixelmon Discord, and people would win whitelist spots for the Pixelmon, which is a huge project, obviously, just from winning a Smashcards game. So I spent 4 or 5 hours just getting good at Smashcards, And now Smash Cards is going to be popping up in other Discords that I want to get whitelist for, and I'm already good at the game because I've spent time practicing in the past. So you can go and practice by yourself online with your friends, with other people in the Discord server. Just get good at these games so that when they pop up in other Discords in the future, you're already good at them and you've got a better chance at going ahead and getting that whitelist spot. The only downside of these is that they're usually just hosted at completely random times. It's first come, first serve. I think in Smash Cards there's a limit of 10 people in a server, so you've got to be there at the right time. You've got to be quick to get the invite code and get onto it. But once you are on it, you've got very good chances at obviously winning that whitelist spot. But yeah, let's jump on to the next one. This next one I'm not going to spend too much time on at all. It's fairly obvious. It's fan art and it's memes. So a lot of the times these projects will give out whitelist spots to people who do fan art submissions, and they're really talented at drawing or whatever sort of art they do. They're very talented at. They'll mock it up with the project itself. They'll do a cool piece, and then if the team likes it, if the devs see it, you'll obviously get fan art. You'll win a whitelist spot from the fan art you did. The easiest way to get recognized, I would say, is to post it in their dedicated fan art channel, tag them on Twitter with the post, and then also see if your friends can react to it. So often people from the team will be scrolling through these channels, and you can see something like this. If there's reacts on it, it obviously catches the eyes of the moderators, of the admins. So if you can get your friends or just people you talk to in the server to go and react to your fan art submission or the meme that you post, another way is obviously memes. If you get them to react to the meme and a mod scrolling through this, and then they see a bunch of reactions to it, it catches their eye, obviously. They look at it. If they like it, then you've got that chance at that whitelist spot as well. And the last one that's kind of interrelated with all of these is lore. So if you wrote up some lore, you're a good writer. That's also a way that you can get a whitelist spot as well. But I'm not going to spend too much time on this. It's fairly obvious. Most people know this one. Thought I'd just bring it up. I think the biggest thing about what I spoke about is getting reactions on your things, because admins, moderators, devs, they're going to see your thing over other people if you've got a reaction on yours. So that's probably my advice in that area there. But let's jump on to the last one, my favorite one. So like I said, this is definitely my favorite one. It's the way that I've differentiated myself and made myself stand out just by doing crazy things. So I'm going to open up my Twitter profile as well and show you the latest thing that I did do in attempt to try and get a whitelist spot. Unfortunately, so far it hasn't worked. I didn't spend that much money on the attempt, so it doesn't matter that much. That's the thing about doing crazy things, is usually the cost of doing the crazy thing is much lower than the potential benefit. So for example, I think I spent around 90 Australian dollars to buy some cereal and buy some milk. I filled up my bathtub with milk and cereal because I wanted to get a whitelist spot for Cereal Club, which is obviously a huge Ethereum project that's coming out. It's a derivative of Doodles. Nevertheless, I think it's going to do pretty well. At the moment, I've not got onto the whitelist, and obviously it's disappointing. It sucks, but I've only lost around $90 from the attempt, and obviously having to clean it up and all that sort of stuff. But most of the time, when you do go to these efforts, the team does recognize it, and they appreciate that you've gone to those efforts. So they'll obviously give you that whitelist spot. At the moment, haven't gotten Cereal Club whitelist, which kind of sucks, like I said. But another one that I did do is I went and got a tattoo for a project called Mutant Shiba Club. As you can see, it's on my arm right there. And I got this probably around a month ago. And I literally saw these guys post this. They said 50 whitelist spots will be given out over the next 24 hours. Be creative and keep your DMs open. We see you. And so my mind literally went, go get a tattoo of these guys and post it as quick as you can. So I think they posted this at 12 p.m. On January 4th, and you can see on the same day, so probably like 5 or 6 hours later, I posted this comment. And then the way that you got recognized is that they would reply and they would say that we see you. As you can see here, these guys said we see you. And so that got me onto the whitelist. And this tattoo literally cost me 200 Australian dollars. And the whitelist spot that I've got on this to be able to mint one of these guys' NFT, in my opinion, I think is going to be worth at least a few $1,000s, at least, I would say. So the risk is $200, and you don't get a whitelist spot. that's like the worst case scenario, and it's a cool tattoo anyway, so I don't really mind it. And the second thing is that the best outcome is you do get a whitelist spot. It pays off. It's huge. Whereas obviously this has. So this is just a way to differentiate yourself. You have to keep in mind that a lot of projects nowadays recognize that people are willing to get tattooed to whitelist spots, or do dangerous things to get whitelist spots, and they'll literally say you will not be whitelisted if you do get a tattoo or you do something dangerous. So that's on you guys watching the video to go and do your own research, so that you're not whinging if you get a tattoo and then you don't get whitelist. That's because the project has probably said they're not rewarding people for those efforts. So make sure you do your own research. But in my opinion, this is just the easiest way to differentiate yourself. When you do these things, it builds up hype. People get around you, and people are super pumped up. So usually the founders and the devs and the admins, they see these efforts, they appreciate them. And in my opinion, it's pretty much like 100% strike rate for me so far, besides the Serial Club. I could have gotten on the Hype Bears whitelist if it wasn't so late. I offered to skydive for them and shout out Hype Bears, and they said that they would have given me a whitelist for that. It was too late, so I couldn't get onto the whitelist. I was just going to be too rushed. But these sort of efforts are very, it's the best way to differentiate yourself, I would say. The risk is high, the reward is also high. So in my opinion, do what you will. I do it because it just is fun. I enjoy doing this sort of stuff. My girlfriend thinks I'm crazy, but I like doing this sort of stuff. It's just gets the adrenaline rushing through you. But that's basically it. I think we've gone through how to get into the closed discords. We've gone through all the methods that I use for myself. If I've missed anything, then I'll probably drop that on Twitter, but make sure to follow me at Aussie NFT Guy on Twitter. I'm always posting this sort of stuff on my Twitter as well before making a video. My tweets come out way faster than my videos do, because obviously it takes longer to do a video than it does to tweet out something. So make sure you follow me there. If you like the content that we're doing here, make sure to subscribe. We're going to be releasing, it's anywhere from like 1 to 3 videos a week on things around Ethereum and Solana NFTs, how to get on Whitelist, how to get into closed discords and whatnot. And we may even do a live stream here or there on some cool things as well. So make sure to subscribe, leave a comment below. I appreciate all your guys' support, and see you in the next one. Cheers.